Hello, thanks for joining us. This is ASO TV News. I am Tina Oje Achu. The headlines. President Tinubu reassures North of inclusive development. SCTA screens over 250 intending pilgrims for 2025 Holy Journey. And on business, NEPC Chief Executive Officer unveils Cashew Processors Directory, highlights significant contributions to nation's non-oil revenue. And now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to equitable development across all regions, saying no part of the country will be left behind. He gave the assurance in Kaduna during a two-day interactive session on government citizens engagement organized by the Sir Ahmadu Bello Memorial Foundation. Represented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, Tinubu said ministers' engagement at the event would present facts showing the North is not neglected. He highlighted achievements under the Renewed Hope agenda in areas such as education, healthcare, infrastructure, security, and agriculture. Northern governors pledged their support, while National Security Advisor Malam Nuhu Ribadu said security in the region had improved with reduced Boko Haram and banditry activities. However, former SGF Babashir Lawal and ACF Board Chair Alhaji Bashir Dalhatu backed Dr. Rabiu Kwankwaso's claim that the North was being marginalized in infrastructure development. President Tinubu also noted that bold economic reforms had been implemented, including exchange rate unification and debt restructuring, to stabilize and grow the economy. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has announced the appointment of DCG Olumude Samuel Adeyemi as a new substantive Controller General of the Federal Fire Service effective 14th August 2025. This was made known by the Secretary to the Board, Major General Abdulmalik Jibril, retired. According to Jibril, the appointment follows the imminent retirement of the current Controller General, Engineer Abdulganiyu Jaji Olula, on 13th August 2025 upon attaining the age of 60. He noted that DCG Olumude Samuel Adeyemi brings a wealth of experience to his new role, having transferred his service from the FCT Fire Service to the Federal Fire Service and grown to the rank of Deputy Controller General of Fire in the Human Resource Directorate of the Service Headquarters. In the course of his career, the officer has attended and passed all mandatory in-service trainings, command course, as well as other courses within and outside the country. He has served in various capacities and is equally a member and a fellow of the following professional associations, including Association of National Accountants of Nigeria, Institute of Corporate Administration of Nigeria, Institute of Public Administration of Nigeria, and Chartered Institute of Treasury Management of Nigeria. Over 250 intending Christian pilgrims have been screened by the FCT Christian Pilgrims Welfare Board ahead of the 2025 pilgrimage. Director of the board, Gloria Dandam, said the screening ensures that all participants meet spiritual, medical, and administrative requirements. She added that the process promotes discipline, unity, and moral uprightness. She noted that the checks cover medical status, documentation, and faith-based assessment to uphold the integrity of the journey.
Pilgrimage actually go for spiritual exercise. So when they come back, we believe we should have a better society. Because people have gone to pray, to know all their monuments, to follow where Christ stepped. So when they come back, we believe they'll be better citizens. So that will actually affect Nigeria in making us better people. Because if we're spiritual, at least half of our problems in the country is solved.
Okay, what?
The NCPC Executive Secretary, Bishop Stephen Adebete, a Principal Planning Officer, Baba Amugwa, described the pilgrimage as a spiritual exercise and urged pilgrims to represent Nigeria well abroad. Some intending pilgrims said they expect the experience to deepen their faith by bringing biblical stories to life. Senate Committee on Public Accounts, chaired by Senator Aliyu Wadada Aliyu, has given the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited a 3-week deadline to respond to queries regarding an alleged 210 trillion naira unaccounted for amount arising from audit report between 2017 and 2023. The amount consists of roughly 103 trillion naira in liabilities, accrued expenses, and 107 trillion naira in asset retrievables, all needing detailed explanation and accountability. The committee clarified that the 210 trillion naira is not missing or stolen, but remains unaccounted for, explaining the need for the NNPCL to clarify the discrepancies in their financial statements, which has raised serious governance and transparency concerns.
Looking at the audited financial statement, under accrued expenses, like I said, the 3 items presented in that book or in that report or in that statement that made up the accrued expenses, of course, liabilities, 103 trillion, were or are still 3 items: retention fee, legal fees, and audited fees. And why we said the figure is not acceptable to us, no figure was allocated to any of these 3 items. Retention fee, we all know, is 5% of contract sum, total contract sum. So if your liabilities are 103 trillion and they all come under 3 items: retention fee, legal fees, and auditor's fee. So what was paid for the retention? No figure was mentioned. No contract was mentioned. So the retention was for what? I mean, we're just trying to broaden the scope of your understanding of it. And
the Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPCL, Engineer Bayo Ojulari, apologized for previous failures to appear before the committee and requested additional time to thoroughly address the 19 queries raised due to the complexities involved. This 3-week extension follows earlier deadlines, including a 10-day ultimatum earlier in June and July 2025, which NNPC had requested extensions beyond, citing management retreats and the need for more time to gather evidence. And your continuous understanding that you've gotten me in a significant and very huge national assignment, which I've been grappling with production, Mr. Chairman, sir, which we all need for prosperity. I've been running around everywhere trying to look for how to make sure that we arrest the decline. And now that I'm aware of this issue, and also the explanation you've just given now, it changes my own perspective completely in terms of what the real focus and what the real concern is. And I would like to plead with you, Mr. Chairman, sir, and the senators, to please give me some time to quick look into this specific perspective that you have given. Personally, I need to understand that as CEO, I need to understand these issues myself, so that I can ensure appropriate representations whenever we have to appear before you. I will also make a plea, Mr. Chairman, sir. The technicalities of these details, if you could permit me to ensure that at least I have a crack team of about 3 to 4 people. Earlier, before the ruling of the chairman, virtually all members of the committee spoke on seriousness of the issue at stake, but expressed optimism that the GCEO will clear the air on them.
Pause and say that you go away from here today knowing that this exercise, Nigerians are interested in it. Because 210 trillion, whenever anybody hears it, he may not sleep again for 1 year. And we believe that your presence here will help us to unravel those issues and put the correct perspective to this committee.
What comments?
The Senate's Public Accounts Committee is focused on ensuring full accountability for about 210 trillion naira unaccounted for in NNPCL's audited financial statement from 2017 to 2023. The Senate Committee on Diaspora and Non-Governmental Organizations has strongly condemned a recent protest in Ghana targeting Nigerians. The protest, which was captured in a viral video on social media, saw Ghanaians calling for the expulsion of Nigerians from their country over claims that their behavior was not in line with Ghanaians' norms. In a statement from the office of the chairman, Senate Committee on Diaspora and NGOs at National Assembly said, the committee urged both Nigerians and Ghanaians to maintain their long-standing bond of friendship, mutual respect, and regional cooperation as key members of ECOWAS. The two countries should promote peace, unity, and regional integration. The committee commended the swift intervention of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission and the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs for their diplomatic handling of the situation. The committee reassured Nigerians living in Ghana that the authorities of both nations are in active communication and have taken proactive steps to manage the situation and protect the rights and welfare of Nigerian citizens, while urging them to maintain and remain law-abiding and avoid insightful words, promoting peace and harmony instead. The chairman of the House of Representatives Northwest Central Zone B Subcommittee on Constitutional Review, Mr. Sada Soli, has urged the states in the zone, Sokoto, Kebbi, and Zamfara, to be bold to speak and shape the future of Nigerians' democracy, emphasizing that the 2025 constitutional review process is the most comprehensive and people-centered in Nigeria's history. He said the constitutional review process belongs to the people and would reflect their hope and aspirations. Mr. Soli, speaking at the Northwest Zonal Public Hearing in Sokoto, said, Nigerians are the true authors of the nation's next constitutional chapter. He urged to continue public vigilance as the bills move to the National Assembly and eventually to state houses of assembly, presenting their recommendations to the committee. The assemblies of the three Northwest states, in collaboration with civil society organizations and local government chairmen, highlighted the urgent need for the creation of additional states. They argued that the additional states would enable more effective policing and help tackle the persistent insecurity, underdevelopment, and social ills plaguing the region. The chairman of Kwali Area Council, Mr. Danladi Chia, has called on aggrieved members of the All Progressives Congress to put aside their differences and work together for the party's success in the upcoming FCT Area Council elections. He made his appeal during the swearing-in ceremony of new supervisory councillors and special assistant in Kwali. Correspondent Abdullahi Mokhtar completes the story.
The ceremony, attended by hundreds of well-wishers, friends and relatives, saw Barrister Ibrahim Alkali, Chief Magistrate, administer the oath of office to the newly appointed officials. Mr. Danladi Chia, Chairman of Kwali Area Council, explained that the appointments were made to fill the gaps left by some political appointees who resigned to contest in the last FCT APC primaries.
So since it's a democratic setting, we need people that will have to fill in and then make sure that vacuums are filled so that there will be transparency, there will be check and balances, and there will be democratical spread across the 10 political world.
As the FCT chapter chairman of the Association of Local Government of Nigeria, ALGON, Mr. Danladi Chia emphasized that despite the limited time, the new supervisory councillors could still make a significant impact on the council's development. He urged aggrieved party members to put aside their differences and come together to move the council forward, reminding them that party is supreme and that APC is for all of them.
You can't fight the party. It's not possible. Let us not deceive ourselves. So I'm calling on all Nigerians, particularly those in Kwali Area Council that have contested the election. And today is not their time. They should please come back home. Let's join hands together for this APC to grow. If you decide to be whatever you want to be, fine. The field is open, it's widely open that everybody can go and play his game. Because as a teaching chairman, I would tell them, let them come back, because APC is for all of us.
The new Supervisory Councillor for Works and Infrastructural Development, Honorable Abdullahi Aso Kaura, spoke on behalf of other appointees, followed by goodwill messages.
Kwale Area Council is for all. We must put our heads together to ensure that we make it greater.
Today, you've been sworn in as supervisory councillors of the most sensitive departments: works, education, health. All of this, he will be needing your advices, but most importantly, you know that you represent him in your various wards.
If you go to any local education authority, Kwale, I think there is none like it in the whole of FCT.
Your experience as a grassroots politicians, you are acquainted with the terrain of the politics of Kwale Area Council.
Earlier, a minute's silence was observed in honor of former President Muhammadu Buhari, and the ceremony also celebrated the nation's Super Falcons for winning the 10th Nation Cup in Morocco. Abdullahi Mukhtar, ASO Television News.
You're watching ASO Television News. You can watch us live on DSTV channel 392, also on StarTimes TV channel 127 and Free TV channel 507. We are also on the UHF band on channel 38. Still to come, FRSC redefines staff welfare with landmark promotion exercise as over 2,000 personnel participate. Stay with us for details of these and more stories.
Let's get one thing straight.
Thanks for staying with us. Moving on, the National Biotechnology Research and Development Agency has urged Muslim clerics in Abuja and surrounding communities to educate their congregations with accurate science-based information on genetically modified organisms to dispel fear and counter growing misinformation. The director of the National Biotechnology Research and Development Agency, Professor Abdullahi Mustafa, made a call during a sensitization workshop on genetically modified organisms and their products for the Islamic community in Abuja. The event is designed to deepen understanding of how agricultural biotechnology aligns with the broader objectives of Sharia, particularly the preservation of life, health, and dignity, and also provide a platform for clerics to raise concerns and ask critical questions. Professor Abdullahi Mustafa said the initiative was timely, noting that aligning scientific evidence with faith-based values could foster public trust and challenge long-held myths.
Actually, we need to work hard in terms of providing food for provide food information. We need to use science and technology. And to use science and technology, we need to give an insight of what is going on to produce what for the farmers to use. And that is the reason why we carry each and every one along. This is science communication. We do it with different categories of people. We carry legislators, judiciaries, traditional rulers.
Dr. Rose Gidade, Director of Agricultural Biotechnology at NABDA, says gene editing is one way that biotechnology helps crops adapt to climate change. He added that the innovation improves real yield and fortifies national food security. Participants promised to promote fact-based discussions within religious and grassroots communities in order to close the knowledge gap around biotechnology. The Federal Road Safety Corps has launched a major staff promotion exercise involving over 2,000 officers and marshals across its 12 zonal commands. A statement by the FRSC Public Education Officer, Assistant Corps Marshal Olusegun Ogungbemide, said the initiative, described as one of the most significant in the Corps history, is aimed at reinforcing staff welfare, professional development, and institutional excellence. According to the statement, Corps Marshal Shehu Mohammed emphasized the importance of a motivated workforce and has backed the promotion wave with broader welfare reforms, including improved training, working conditions, transparent assessment, and housing initiatives. He reiterated his resolve to build a professional, highly motivated, and people-centered corps capable of delivering world-class road safety management in line with international standards. The statement added that the move has boosted morale within the corps and is seen as a shift towards a more professional and people-centered organization. It noted that the promotion exercise, designed to be transparent and merit-based, reflects a broader vision to build a world-class road safety agency in line with global standards. Rotary Club of Abuja Municipal has elected a new president to coordinate the activities of the club from 2025 to 2026. She is Rotarian Vivian Nkim. Topsy Gimba has the details.
Rotary International is established on the principle of selfless service, assisting the poor, fighting polio and hepatitis, and even building schools and cottages clinics for communities. The investiture of Rotarian Vivian Ikem Iluogbona was in furtherance to the continuation of some of these achievements. The immediate past District Governor 9127, Rotarian Mai Okachi Uwanashiri, said he considered the investiture as a fulfillment to the realization of the Rotary Club's goals. He thanked Rotarians for their steadfastness and enjoined them to continue to work for humanity.
And we look at you people to deliver. Beat us. Make sure by 30th June you'll be smiling tall, proud that you have done well to unite all your members. All of you know me that I'm much interested in membership. And I want to see the increase in our district. Being that we are new, we want to show the world that we mean our words. And I thank you for coming here this evening, united together to take the district to the next level.
The newly elected president, Rotary Club of Abuja Municipal, Rotarian Vivian Ikem Iluogbona, expressed happiness and pledged to work hard. She listed many things she intends to achieve within 1 year.
There are things that have been lacking that has to come now to play. And people will say it. And by the time we have finished the 1 year, people will be able to say, oh, thank God, Vivian Iluogbona came to rule, came to lead, came to serve.
It is more blessed to give than to receive. The money we give to Rotary to execute projects, we execute projects that our members of our family are not part of those who enjoy it. So it's something you throw out there. The Bible says that you cast your bread into the waters, and then one day it will flow back to you.
Earlier, the keynote speaker, Mr. Mike Pester, spoke on what Rotary stands for and its impact on the poor communities.
Whatever you do, without packaging, without branding, you are joking. So that as you are working, you have to document what you are doing and to make sure that of international standards.
Many Rotarians and non-members were honored. Among them was Rotarian Yusuf Ali, Topsy Gimba, ASO Television News.
And in business, Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigeria Export Promotion Council has highlighted the contribution of cashew industry to non-oil export revenue of the nation, while urging citizens to seize the opportunity to improving their living standard as well as creating wealth. Mrs. Ayeni made a call in Abuja during the official launch of the Cashew Processors Directory, saying it offers valuable insight into market trend, production hubs, and key players within Nigeria cashew ecosystem. A business correspondent, Ile Emeje, has details. We apologize to bring you the report in our subsequent bulletin. And that's the news, but before we go, a look at one of our major stories. President Tinubu reassures North of inclusive development. Thanks for watching. I am Tina Oje Achu.